Oh man, this opening page right here. I had to struggle not to cry. I really did. It brought back some bad memories from Fairy Tale Zero, and I almost cried. I cried back then. I almost cried up again. I almost teared up again.
Okay, so before I start, I'm just going to say if you haven't read chapter 490, go read it. Save this video and come back to it after you read it because stuff happened in this and I'm going to spoil the shit out of it and I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, if you haven't read it yet. Okay? Okay, I'm going to assume that everyone who hasn't read it is gone by now. So, yeah, this was a pretty weird chapter because not much happened in the chapter, but what happened in it was pretty important. I mean, alright, first we find out that Irene, whatever the fuck you want to say, I've seen different translations, so I'm just gonna go with Eileen for now because that's easier to pronounce. But, her magic, everyone assumed it was gonna be like, you know how in DC Comics or in Marvel, they often reboot the entire franchise, reboot the entire, like, universe. That's what everyone assumed her magic was gonna do within Fairy Tale. They assumed it was gonna bring it all back to, like, before the war started, bring like take everyone back to then. I seen some theories thinking that everything was going to be set back to like the Fairy Tale Zero years, which when I first read the chapter and that first opening page, I thought, oh shit, was the theory right? But no, it turns out her magic just rearranged the continent of Fior. In fact, I think they said in the chapter that it was like they shrunk it down to the size of like maybe 1/20th of the original size of Fior. So now we saw in one part with Natsu and Lucy and Happy when they were walking around. They came across two different buildings that were usually in two separate towns. Now they're right next to each other. So pretty much everyone in Fairy Tale got transported next to each other, except for the main characters: Natsu, Happy, Lucy, Wendy, Charlie, Urza, Gray, and Juvia. They got separated, and now that I think about it, we didn't see Mest. We didn't see. I don't think we saw Levy or Lilly in this chapter either. So we don't know what's up with them. But we saw pretty much all the rest of Fairy Tale. They're all transported together, trying to figure out why they were all in different parts of the continent. Now they're all in one spot. But before they can figure out what's going on, they see the enemy army coming from the Macros. So it's just like, fuck it, we'll figure it out later. Prepare for battle. And that's the last we see of them. We don't know what's going to happen with that. We don't know if it's going to be another epic battle. I hope so because Mary Jane's there. And we still didn't get to see her do an epic fight yet.
So Mavis wakes up in the guild alone, and she just wanders around looking for people, like looking for the rest of her guild mates, and she happens upon Xerath, and he's just sitting there like, "What's up? I own this place now." It's actually kind of funny. It's an epic and funny scene all together at once because it's like they have a little exchange where she's like, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing alive?" And after that, he explains to her Eileen's magic, and he's like, this isn't what I planned, but I can't argue with results. I'm right here in front of my goal now, and I'm going to take you now. So that's their little exchange for the chapter. It's actually kind of funny.
We got to see a little Brandish in August this chapter. Brandish closed up his wound as best she could with her magic, and he explains to her, "Oh, this is Eileen's magic. We don't know. She changed the continent. We got to figure out what's going on with her. She probably did this to help out Master Zara, but we got to figure out what's going on." And speaking of Eileen, she had another boss moment this chapter. Like ever since she's been introduced, she had nothing but boss moment after boss moment. And in this chapter, she just shows up. And you remember that castle from the Grand Magic Games where the King of Fiora lived? Yeah, she just shows up in the castle, just sits in front of the, just sits on the throne, and just like, "What up? I own this place." And everyone's just sitting there looking at her like, "Who the fuck is this?" But anyway, yeah, that's all we get to see of her this chapter. And we find out that Acnologia is probably just floating out in the ocean somewhere. She transported him to like as far away from Xerath as possible so he can get his goal. And oh, we saw Gajeel. He's back. We don't know if he's back or not. It looks like he's back on Fever. Looks like he's back to life, and he sees someone the first time. As soon as he realizes he's alive again, he sees someone, and at first you think it's Levy, but no, ends up being Zeira from Fairy Tale Zero. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah, Zeira. She's back. We don't know how she's back, and I actually have a theory on that. I think when Mavis was brought back to life, back in Fairy Tale Zero, she says when Zero was disappearing, she said, "Oh, I live inside your heart, just like the fairies do." So I think maybe when Mavis was brought back to life, I think maybe Zara this whole time was Fairy Heart, and when she was brought back to life, that Zara was brought back to life along with Mavis, and that's why she's there. Maybe I don't know. When she first showed up, she seemed like kind of a ghost or something. Like her, she had to she had to like remake her image in front of Gajeel. So we don't know what's going on with that. They're together now. I can't wait to see what happens next chapter because it's just gonna be her there. The countdown is finally done. We went from 5 to 0, so no question of what's going to happen next. Like no idea. If you have any idea what's going to happen next in the next chapter, let me know in the comment section down below. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button because I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for more fairy tale reviews. And that's it. Thanks for watching.